Welcome to Witches of Three.
Speak free. Speak free. Talking about witches. Talking about
Witches of Three.
Speak free.
Speak free. Okay, so we
St.
got
Patrick's Day edition.
Got an interesting show today. St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
We are not consuming green beer.
No.
We are consuming green smoke.
Yeah.
Um,
Green. Just green.
and we're in green velvet, you know.
Yes.
So St. Patrick's Day is like kind of controversial, I guess.
It's kind of
Yes.
hard.
We got this question that I thought was really great from someone who is a practicing witch, and she's Irish. And she has always celebrated St. Patrick's Day, but she never really knew the origin of St. Patrick's Day. And then once she found out, she kind of asked us if she can still celebrate St. Patrick's Day and be a witch. So, what's the origin of St. Patrick's Day?
Well, the idea behind the St. Patrick's Day is the St. Patrick running the snakes from Ireland, which the snakes symbolized pagans and the pagan religion.
Him bringing Christianity
to Ireland, and being able
killing pagans.
Yeah, being able to conquer Ireland from an ideological perspective, a religious perspective. So it's hard to celebrate the idea of someone taking your heritage from you,
killing you and
yeah.
all that other stuff.
but
Yes.
it's also become a symbol of Irish pride and Irish heritage. So
It's kind of become something else, right? Like Sean was saying earlier, like, this is obviously not a religious holiday. It's obviously not a celebration of Christ.
Of a saint.
It's kind of celebration of
a
a
nationality.
vice. Well, and just getting shit
Yeah,
faced.
oh, yeah.
I mean,
to be
in
honest.
general.
Oh yeah,
People will act like they're Irish on St. Patty's Day.
Yeah.
Just so they can
And,
drink
like,
green beer.
Irish people, like, dressing up like leprechauns is a little bit fucking weird, too. Like, I don't even know. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, I mean, I do St. Patrick's Day. Like, I make corned beef and cabbage and potatoes. And, you know, we all worked on Cherry Street. There's a famous Irish pub there that, you know, does a huge to-do.
It was a block party. Like,
yeah.
we
It was a
couldn't work where we worked and not, like, been
Yeah.
a part
we were
of.
in it.
We were in it. Yeah. It was a hot mess, though.
Very interesting. A metaphysical shop in
Yeah.
the hubbub of
An Irish
St. Patrick's.
shindig.
We
St.
had a
Patrick's
bar in
Day.
our church.
Yeah. Which sort of makes
We
you
still do.
understand our
We will always have a bar in our church.
origins.
That's a
I
guarantee.
think, to answer the question, though, I think, you know, celebrate what you want. Like, you don't have to be a Christian to celebrate Christmas. Like, there's fucking Santa Claus and a Christmas tree, which
You can
we
definitely
know.
take anything and make it your own.
Right.
Like, we are the witchiest of witches, but are you going to see us, like, slamming a beer on St. Patty's Day? If we're out, yes.
Probably.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
Like, you know, are we going to be
Absolutely.
green? Are we going to be wearing green? Yeah.
I'm gonna be wearing. I am.
And we all
I
have-
am Irish.
and we're
I will
all
be
Irish.
wearing-
I was going to say, we all have Irish
We're all
heritage.
Irish.
And
So
it's,
we've got that heritage as well. So
this is just a really and I think this is what's really good is, you know, your ancestors and your past and everything.
Yeah.
You're always going to find things that just don't match. You know, you're always going to find things that kind of counteract each other, whether you were like a colonizer or, you
Right.
know, indigenous, or whether you were pagan or
Right.
Christian. Like, you're going to find both sides on yourself, and it's completely okay to show respect for both of them in whatever way that you want to.
yeah, like the Scottish games. That's a way that the people who came here from Scotland celebrated their heritage, and that's still done to this very day. They have the Highland Games. They have them here.
I was going to say, we have a Scottish thing
We
here,
have
too.
the
Yeah.
Scottish Games here too. So it's really just in that respect, it's a celebration of your heritage. So sometimes you have to just separate those.
And
those
I'm of the
two.
mindset, like, take it back. Like, so
We are a lot of people have an issue with that, but we are very much the take it back
Yeah,
type.
we are.
We call each other bitches.
Yeah.
We,
Yeah.
you know,
I
would rather take.
I have bitch tattooed on my back in Chinese. So, I mean, take it back. You know what I mean? Like, if you really love celebrating St. Patrick's Day and making that food, like, don't take it personal. You know what I mean? Like,
corned beef is amazing.
Yeah.
Well, like, do it in a witchy way.
Right,
like,
yeah.
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
take it back.
Everything I
Tell
do is
St.
witchy.
Patrick that he didn't drive the snakes out.
No,
Yeah.
evoke
Wear
your
green and say that
ancestors.
you're still here.
Call it corned beef and cabbage day. I mean,
Call
you know.
in your ancestors. The
We don't have to
ancestors,
call it St.
yes.
Patty's.
No.
We call it whatever you want,
No, because that's always been that's been a thing in my family. It's just there are certain things we do on St. Patrick's Day, and one of them is making a corned beef and cabbage.
If you're Irish,
and baking soda
you're,
bread
you're
and
doing something on St. Patrick's
Yeah.
Day,
Yeah.
and that's okay. Like,
soda bread.
Bread.
I know.
one of the things that,
Let's
like,
talk about bread.
which is always got to talk about bread. But one of the, like, Irish people themselves coming here had their own travesties and their
Their own
own
culture.
hardships, and we want to respect that as well and understand that needs to be respected and honored, and you don't have to choose one or the other.
No.
You can take it back and totally make it your own. That's what we do
Exactly.
with everything.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
like, that's
Any excuse to party is you just kind of reframe
That's
it.
that's the secret.
You
That's the
reframe it.
secret. Witches love a reason to celebrate.
We're gonna celebrate.
That's why Christians took all the celebrations from us and
Right.
tried to
We're just
reframe
gonna take
them.
them back.
So
And it's also like, the beginning of spring, so this is like a great time to celebrate that
Yes.
aspect.
yeah, you could totally twist St. Patty's Day
Yeah.
to make
To
it
make it-
And Ostara usually
It
falls
right
right
around it.
after it.
a few
so
days.
Yeah.
It really is just a celebration of renewal.
Green, abundance,
Yeah.
new life,
And
Yeah.
it's,
new
it's
growth.
very much attached to like money, gold coins, that sort of stuff. So
And
use,
it's Ides of March too.
use that.
prosperity time.
We,
Yeah,
we
you
talked
know.
about the Ides of March with energy exchange. It's generally a time to do
It's
that.
a powerful time.
It's a powerful time.
A star is. We're going to talk about that the next episode. But
Yeah.
planting seeds, and it's right near St. Patty's Day. So if you have a
Right.
problem with saying St. Patty's Day, but you really want to go out and do an Irish car bomb, there are totally so many
You
ways.
can also
to do that.
use this as an opportunity to teach.
Yes.
If this is a good time to talk to your children about what this holiday actually celebrates. This
and
is
how in America we
learning.
have weird holidays
Is-
where
we celebrate.
not things that we really want to, but we also deserve those holidays, and that's fine
Yeah,
as well.
right.
Like, we have to do that balance. We're in
Yeah.
both worlds, and it's okay to celebrate things. It's okay to celebrate Christmas super Christmassy and not technically pagan. You know, if you really like,
I mean,
We like
I
the
have
tradition.
I have a nativity scene.
there's magic in tradition.
There's a
Yeah.
magic in tradition, especially family tradition.
yeah.
And so a lot of this is our heritage. I mean, we're 9th, 10th generation American by now. I mean, this is our
Yes.
heritage.
Yeah, and maybe like what we do is I normally hang out with witches on St. Patty's Day. Maybe that's a way to take it back. Like, get with your people and say,
have a circle.
You did not burn us. We
Yeah.
are the snakes that are still here, and do a snake
Woo.
dance.
It's a family holiday. for-
Shimmies. We
It's
need
a
some
fam-
shimmies.
yeah.
We need Star teaching the shimmies, you know? Yeah. You know us. There's no,
Yeah.
we're always going to tell you to, like, navigate and make that how you are. But we totally understand the duality of it and, like, working with that.
Yeah.
But that's just a part of life. Like,
Yeah.
there's just give and take. Your ancestors are give and take. Some of them you maybe would not be able to have a conversation with right now because they wouldn't respect your pronouns or whatever, but they are still a part of your ancestry.
Right.
And you should still celebrate yourself, and you can still respect them in that way, but by being true to yourself.
So the other part we want to talk about was about like Celtic lore and so forth. Like, how do we all imbibe that since we all are,
Yeah.
a part of that culture? Funny weird thing is like I'm like attracted to a lot of the symbolism
Oh, I love
from
that. Yeah.
Celtic stuff. Like I love the the Celtic knot, the triquetra, the triple goddess, which I isn't necessarily. It's more Greek, I guess, in origin.
Yeah,
more-
but it really became what it was through Celtic
Right.
stuff.
And I like the tradition of it, but it's not necessarily what I'm most drawn to magically. For some odd reason, I feel like I should be, especially after doing my DNA and like realizing like I am
Yeah.
Irish and Scottish pretty much.
I feel like a lot of times you just kind of know it's there. Like when I see those, I kind of recognize it as
Right.
home. So I don't feel like I need to research it or anything.
Right.
And maybe one day I will, but right now I just feel like I know it
Right.
without, you know.
No, it's Celtic magic, and that's been in my wheelhouse forever.
Yeah. I would say of all of us, you're probably the most attuned to it. I mean, we talk about Brigid and you know, I mean,
it's tied to my family history and my heritage, and it goes way back.
So this is a great question, Michelle. Is Celtic magic practices, are they closed? Because that has been a question a lot on the internets as lately.
I don't think, to be honest, because I mean, if you look at this from a historical standard, an anthropological standard, the Celts never wrote anything down. They didn't have a written system of language. So what we know is really oral tradition, and other people writing about the Celts,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the Romans and the people that were in Britannia, in England and Ireland, and wrote about the people there. So that's where we get our information. So that's sketchy at best, right? So really, it's really hard to say whether or not the practices that the new pagans are practicing are anything like what the original pagans were practicing. We really don't know. But again, it's really just about connection and energy, and finding that connection with what resonates with you, with what resonates with you.
drink.
I'm going to. My mouth is so fucking dry.
I think another important part is when you were talking about, like, we only have this knowledge from, like, somebody else.
Yeah.
Also, though, Celtic people just got a lot of their shit destroyed and ravished as well. Like, their language was stolen from them. They, you know, like, it very much mirrors what the Native Americans
they were conquered people.
Yeah, what they experienced here. And so there's a lot with that. I've never come across anything that says stuff is closed. I know everyone's trying to, like, check everything now and all that, but I don't.
I don't think it is.
And honestly, and like Michelle said, what we're practicing now, we don't know if it's anything like what they did because of what we've gotten from them. We've only gotten bits and pieces.
Yeah,
really.
we know more about Native American spirituality and magic than we do about Celtic.
Their stuff was really destroyed, like all that stuff and all their
and they had no written language, so it was only what other people said about them. That we actually know about. So you're kind of making it up as you go.
I've never even had anybody say that it was a closed practice.
You know, now, like,
I just,
you know, now on TikTok, they're questioning that everything's closed, and
it's so exhausting.
It's very exhausting, and you want to a part of it is, I very much understand. We want to be respectful. There are certain things, but just doing this like this, I'm not for. It's just so starting to say that everything's
closed or everything's appropriation.
You know, like I will fight to the death about some things.
Yeah,
I
mean, no one can actually claim to be.
That's the thing.
So how can you close something that doesn't really
like,
even exist?
I mean, really, is anybody pure blood Celtic anymore?
Nobody's pure blood anything. If we've been here a million times, we've been everything. Yeah. And you go, there used to not be division. That is an invented construct.
And so we do, like, I want to, like, we do very much, there are practices that are
closed practices, for sure.
But just because your practice isn't closed doesn't make it any less special. And you don't need to say that it's closed.
To me, that's what
I feel like. That's
where
what's
it's
happening.
coming from. It's coming from an ego place. A lot of this is right now. There's definitely shit that needs to be canceled. There's definitely shit that is closed. voodoo being one of them, this is definitely a closed practice. This is definitely something you need to be an initiate to be practicing. And if you're practicing it without being an initiate, you're probably not really practicing it. So,
Yeah.
but
that's always been known.
But that's
this
always
Celtic thing
this
is
Celtic
super
thing is
new.
super
It's
new.
super new.
Yeah, like I don't understand, and it just feels a little like
To me, it is very much.
it feels more elitist than anything.
It can't be a closed practice.
Yeah.
It can't be a closed practice.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It defies it.
Jesus,
It
tits.
can't be a closed practice.
And that fits with the whole like make it your own. Like
Right.
you know, we don't even really know.
Be respectful, pay homage, do your work. Like if you're doing all of those things,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like come at me, bro. You know, come at me, bro. That's where I'm at with
Yeah.
it.
You know how to respect yourself, and I understand how hard it is to have like two different wolves inside you. We all do. That's where that phrase comes from. We all have different sides in us, but just check in and make sure that you're respecting you, and you're going to be fine. And if that means drinking green beer on St. Patty's Day and having a fire with your coven,
Do that.
then so be it.
Do it. Do it.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
Thank you guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
Slante.
And that's perfect.